Thought I'd just come on for a morning coffee chat. I'm a bit well, no, I'm not confused. I'm just like, I've got up, I've took my youngest to school, sweating because it's raining and it's still warm, but I thought it'd be cooler, so I put my raincoat on and it was like wearing cling film. So it was basically like sweating all the way to school and all the way back. I felt like, yeah, something wrapped up in cling film. And I felt like I was actually losing weight. And I felt like I'd lost 22 stone in a day. You know, or how does he say it, that comedian? When he was talking about diets. What's that comedian called? 22 stone in a day. I just felt like that's what I've just done. Wrap yourself up in plastic and walk on a school run. That's what I just felt like. It was awful because it's still very humid. And I'm putting a plastic rain jacket on to walk in and it was awful. Hi Amanda, I've just went online. I've not been online a lot this morning. I was talking to Simon though. And I've just seen the video on, what was it? The hashtag free Tommy Robinson news. Because I normally watch a lot of things in the morning, but I haven't done. And I'm getting a bit like, I saw the video the other day about Brian Harvey, and I was talking about it the other day about he was talking with a lady called Christine Hart on her channel, but Tommy Robinson News channel has put that video up with them having the conversation about Brian was talking about the secret red rooms in the nightclub in Browns in London. Hi, All Action Sports channel. And I did listen to that the other day and I found it very interesting, especially at the end when she was talking about Monarch, or whatever you call it, training, like the MK Ultra thing. But there was something Brian mentioned in that interview, which I was getting a bit confused about somebody. Then I noticed, just gone up not long ago, on hashtag free Tommy Robinson News, was how, yeah, John Wedger and the mob are telling Brian, yeah, so then the video's just gone up with, on the same channel, John Wedger at the Whistleblower Conference has a message for Brian Harvey. Now I'm starting to get a bit like, I know you can't really say anything because we need to see what they're saying against what Brian's saying, and we know Brian's trying to say stuff, but a lot of people like John Wedger and those people, I'm not saying they're not telling the truth, I'm just wondering what's going on. Or there could be somebody in that group that's trying to, do you know what I mean? I'm getting a bit like, because I do see Brian, I could be totally wrong, but I do see Brian as they've used him sort of thing. That's what I mean. The thing is, we know some of us that follow some of the sort of stuff. You can still get people who are saying stuff, but it might be twisted. So I don't really want to say that much on it because I really don't know. Like, I think Red Pill Phil has said, and a lot of other people have said, I'll tell you in a minute, like, you know, we've got to get both ends of the stories. But I do see, on the defence of, because I'm not saying that the John Wedger gang are lying, because we know this stuff is going on, but also there could just be a bit of a mix-up and different things. I don't know, but what I'm saying is, I'm just saying for anyone who's just popped on that, I was just watching, if you go over to, I was talking about this the other day, the hashtag free Tommy Robinson News on YouTube have put up a video, funnily enough, of Brian Harvey having an interview with Christine Hart. And I talked about this the other day, and just listen to that and just see what you think. And then we've got up, straight after this video, the new John Wedger at Whistleblower Conference has a message for Brian Harvey, because Brian Harvey did mention some of their names that are on, you know, John and some others. But we all know these things going on with the kiddie stuff. There is lots of things going on and things getting twisted. But the only thing, you know, I can say, yes, that's been happening. But on the defence of Brian, that's why I don't want to say too much because I don't really know what's going on. But on the defence of Brian, I will say that I don't know him personally, but he does come off as a genuine person. I think it reminds me a bit of Tommy in that sense, but there were certain things he was saying in that interview that made sense, and there was definitely a lot of things she was saying that he didn't really know of that were making sense about the Monarch training and the MK Ultra thing. And if you actually go and listen to it, because that's what I follow on certain other channels about all this stuff and how they get people in this business, and we all know that they do put people down. It doesn't matter if you're a pop star and that, and they try to demonetize you and make, because they do this a lot in Hollywood, they make out that, you know, you've messed up your career because you took drugs or you're an alcoholic. They do that to ruin someone's career, to discredit them when they've tried to come out with truth. That's why they tried to do it with Kanye. Everyone hated him, probably because he's supporting Trump at the minute as well, but because of the stuff he was shouting out on stage about radio and this, that and the other, because we all know, like, MSM are basically liars and don't put the truth out, and they twist everything. Just like I've just seen again this morning, a little bit on Trump coming over and some of the marches, you know, the protests against Trump as usual. And one of the first women to say that she was protesting against him, I just won't say what she was because that says it all right there. If you watch back, he's been banging on about this. Yeah, he's been banging on it about just as long as they have. He's been banging on about it for a long time and no one's took any notice. He's been to different courts and places and stood outside Scotland Yard, and they've just shut him up saying, you know, oh, he's a druggie, you know, he did this, that and the other, which makes me laugh because that's what they did with Tommy. They tried to bang on about his past, even though we know some of it's not true anyway. Yes, he was in the Football Alliance, and yes, he saw racism and things popping up in that, and that's why he got out of it, but that is all they bang on about. And there probably is things that Tommy did, like the things he used to say, and that is more, what's the word, better with getting his stuff out now, and he's not aggressive, you know, he tries to talk to people. We've all seen that on camera, because I can't remember, I was trying to think last night, I can't remember what got me watching Tommy Robinson just before he got arrested, but I knew a little bit about him ages ago when he was a bit more aggressive, if you know what I mean, because we learn from our mistakes, that's how you grow up. And then I started to see things, he was doing speeches at universities, you know, he was going around with his camera, he was being nice to the people he was talking about, even talking to Muslims that he was talking to and coming up to him. They were the ones being aggressive, he was just talking to him. We've seen many, you know, videos of him getting battered and stuff like that, and he still held it together, but they still go on about the past. And I always say, it's not about the past, it's not about if he did this and if he did that, because that's what they like to project, and that is all anyone goes on about on these anti-Tommy and a bit like anti-Trump. They go on about things in the past. We're not bothered about that. We're bothered about getting truth out and what he was bringing to light, which is why they've shut him up. John Wedger and those other two look like the mafia. I know this is the only thing that's confusing me, because that video has just gone up, and then that video has just gone up saying a message to Brian Harvey, when the video before it is Brian Harvey trying to talk out. Now, there could just be mixed wires in things. That's why I think it was Red Pill Phil was saying something today, you know, we've got to try and get both ends of the story. People, you know, will be able to see through it. But because I follow Q, and I know some people aren't onto that, because I've seen a few things and how they work, and even people that you think are good, because that's what's the thing that's going on in America right now is the Supreme Courts, which is funny enough, they've got new Supreme Courts in over here for Tommy. You know, if you want to say the baddies versus good over there, I'm not explaining it because some people might not understand. We know how, like, the FBI and all that are corrupt, and it's not everyone in the FBI and the police force and that, and it's not everyone in the police force, but, you know, there's people corrupt everywhere. So, it's like I said the other day, you can't always believe some stuff some people are saying just because you think that maybe they've said something on the right lines. But I'm not discrediting them at all, and I'm not discrediting Brian. I'm just saying maybe there is something going on there, maybe there is something going on, or maybe just wires are getting mixed up, because maybe Brian doesn't know, maybe he knows a bit, because he has been trying to bring stuff out and they have been trying to shut him down, and that's what we know what they do, discrediting you. And maybe there's someone in that group who's not telling the truth as all of it. I don't know. That's why it'll be interesting to watch. I want to watch what they're saying. I want to watch what Brian's saying. But funny enough, I don't know if they've got them other interviews on Brian yet, because other people were going to do him the other day, and I don't know what's happened. If their channels are getting attacked and it's not going up, that says something to me. That says to me again that if they manage to get their video up and they manage to stream it and it's fine, and then I'm not seeing any of this Brian Harvey interview that people said they were doing, I don't know if they are or it's gone out. And that channel gets attacked. That says something as well. Because Titans TV the other day, which I watch now and again, which Brit Girl was on, they were talking about stuff, and then he got, I think it was an email or something on YouTube. It's on his channel, so you can see it, about the government in Pakistan, the Pakistani government saying something about his videos and they can't go out to Pakistan and all this. And it's just getting a bit odd. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to shut channels down or messing with channels so people can't, go and watch them. So to have a fair side, which I think that's what some people were saying the other day, yes, that team talk about it. And yes, Brian Harvey needs to talk about it, because maybe Brian Harvey knows stuff, but maybe they were trying to, I don't know, do you know what I mean? If people understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying any side's right or wrong, but to me, they have tried to shut Brian up, and I think they have tried to demonetise him and make him out that, he's just some guy from E17 that's hurt because he doesn't have any money from there. And they did sell a lot of albums, but his other mates have, and this, that and the other. I don't see that. I could be totally wrong, but I don't see that. I know celebrities can use their powers and this, that and the other, but there's a lot of celebrities that have been brought down and shut up. It's like Mel Gibson in America. You've got everybody loves Robert De Niro, don't they? But Robert De Niro shouting "fuck Trump" out, and we know why he was saying that. I think it's in the Freemasonry. There's a lot of this stuff going on about. And that's why I said the other day, be careful. Q even said, be careful who you follow, because at the end of the day, I do believe there's something in this Freemason thing, secret society, and a lot of people are in that, like the police and other people like this. I'm talking about the people high up, not the people down low, because they wouldn't know. And they go out in their communities of where they work, looking like normal, good people, and they're not. But like I said, I'm not saying they're not before anybody starts, because we know they're bringing things to light. But at the same time, they're bringing things to light because we know it's corrupt and we know there's things going on. And so is Brian. So there's something going on. Either way, it's bringing stuff to light that we all need to get out there. Hi. So either way, it's a good thing, if you know what I mean, because it's like all this stuff with Trump. They're waffling on about Trump, they hate Trump, but it's just bringing more attention to Trump, really, at the end of the day. It's why I think Rothschilds are behind. Yeah, Rothschilds. Well, in the pyramid, like I keep saying on the Q map, this big thing, it does say, as we all know anyway, Rothschilds, Soros and Saudi. And I'd say Rothschilds are at the point of that pyramid, because it's the bankers at the end of the day. The bankers control the world. They're the one with lots of money. They own the world, basically. Some people think that's a conspiracy, but it's not. And it all goes back to, let me just see if it's on here. It all goes back to like World War II and all this stuff, but they are on it. Let me just see if it says something. Because the more I forget to look at this and I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, it makes sense. So, sorry, it just knocked you off. Let me see. Oh, yeah, sorry. Right here, right, Rothschilds. I know it's backwards. Rothschilds. At the top's the Vatican. Then it's, I never say this right, the Jesuits, Society of Jesus. Then it's black nobility, don't know what that is. And then underneath that is something about the Pope. And then that goes to something about the Pope again. But we all know the Pope, at the minute, Pope Francis is evil. Underneath that, it's the Declaration of Independence, July the 4th, 1776. And then underneath that, it says Rothschilds and Zionism. And that's why everyone's going on about the Zionism thing all the time. That's why everyone's harping on about. Because we do know there's some people who are into that. You don't have to, you can be anything and be a Zionist. But we know that's why everyone shouts the Jew thing out, the Zionist thing, or whatever it is. But it doesn't mean everyone is one that. Do you know what I mean? I can't explain all that, but I know what I'm talking about. And then underneath that, oh yeah, they use the Vatican to launder money, definitely. Underneath the Rothschilds is Freemasonry. Underneath that is Aleister Crowley. Yeah, you know, the devil worshipper, you know. Underneath Aleister Crowley is the FBI. Underneath the FBI is the Federal Reserve System, World War One. Underneath that, the Treaty of, I don't know what that says. Underneath that, Adolf Hitler. Underneath that, Nazi Germany, the Pentagon. Underneath that, the CIA, and it goes on and on and on. Yep. Actually, I'll just carry on if I can read it. The CIA, Bilderberg Group under that, yep. Project Paperclip under that. Under that, the Secret Space Program. Under that is Dwight D. somebody. Military Industrial Complex 1961. Underneath that is Vietnam. Underneath that is the JFK assassination, the King sacrifice. There's that sacrifice thing again. Underneath that is MK Ultra. Yep, underneath that is Richard Nixon, 1969 to 1974, Watergate, Illuminati card game. You know, the Illuminati card game. Underneath that is a pyramid with, it says at the bottom, finance resources, because we all know war's set up for resources. They go in and take all the resources out of different countries. Think tanks, think round table, committee of 300, council of 13, PINDA, whatever that is. Underneath, you can get this on eBay, people. Underneath that, New World Order, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. Underneath that, Princess Diana, 1997, the Queen's Sacrifice. Underneath that, George W. Bush. Underneath that, George W. Bush. Underneath that, 9/11, Tower Sacrifice. Underneath that, WTC7, Iraq invasion. Underneath that, Obama, birth certificate forgery. Yep, Hussein. Underneath that, Pizzagate, paedophilia, we all know about that, some of you might not. Underneath that, blackmail, paedophilia, sex trafficking. Underneath that, the Trump and Hillary election, so that's why we needed it in. Underneath that, Donald Trump, and then the big arrow goes up to Tesla, you know, the Tesla thing. Underneath that, there's a lot of fake news, the Vegas massacre, pyramid sacrifice, the calm before the storm, and this that's all the Q stuff, you know, the storm with, you know what I mean? So there you go. Just got distracted by that then. You can buy it on eBay, the QAnon canvas map, about £8 or something. Actually, it's online to print off, it's online anyway. So, the Fed is owned by the family. That's what I mean. That's why Kennedy was killed. Of course Kennedy was killed, yeah. That's what I mean. They're all behind it all. That's why you can see it in Q, the plan to save the world, which I keep telling people to go and watch, because it's all there, as plain as day. Everyone thinks it's a conspiracy, and it's not. And that's what people keep saying. All the roads on it lead to paedophilia, child trafficking and all that. So, these muppets shouting out in London, oh, Trump, Trump. They made a song about locking kids up in cages, as I keep saying. No, that was Obama's policy. Get it right. Trump is twisting it around. And are they using the kids on TV again? My little girl said, Mummy, what if Trump comes to England? Is he going to rip me away from you and put me in a cage? No, he's not, love. Your mother needs to go and research. Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? These people. But anyway, yeah, so I can't wait to see. I'm going to watch these interviews when I see them go up, when I get a chance. But I want to see both sides of the story. This is what's going on in America with the IG report in the Supreme Court. I was watching bits of it last night. I wanted to smash my laptop, my tablet up, because they just sit there, the FBI making out, no, I didn't know that. I didn't know this. You're supposed to know that because you're in the FBI when they were asking them. It's all there on camera. It's all there on camera. We've got it all. Q has the servers. Lie all you want. Lie all you want. It's like these people, it sort of doesn't even matter who's trying to put truth out on these things, because at the end of the day, it's all coming out. We know. They've got all the truth, all the dirt on the globe, all tied together. Yeah, it is all tied together. That's why I've been saying it's amazing how I saw Brian talking out this, that and the other, they're talking out, but still it's just bringing more attention on this, on the actual subject of what we're all talking about, and Tommy Robinson. It's the Matrix. Films companies are paid to feed us rubbish. Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I keep saying about people. I know there's a lot of people that don't like the Matrix. When you say the Matrix, and they don't like you saying the red and blue pill, but it is like that. Once you see it, if all those people, you know, there's some that know, probably some that are paid, some that are just asleep, whatever. They don't care because maybe it's going to affect their life because they've got more money. It's all about greed and stuff, or they're in it, I don't know. But at the end of the day, if they were red pilled and they actually saw you know, behind what's going on, they would be voting for Trump, and they'd just be amazed. But only one part of it, ASAP. Yeah, it's starting to come out. The most important things need to come out first, and then all the rest is going to follow. But you know, by both of these sides putting stuff out, it's still bringing attention to the fact that we're still talking about the same thing. You go and watch the video with her with Brian Harvey talking to Christine Hart. I found Brian very, you know, because he was asking her, oh, what does that mean? When she was talking about MK Ultra at the end and the Vatican, that this, I think she was talking about orphanage that she went to as a child. It's just interesting, like I just said. So it's very interesting. And I'm just trying to keep an open mind to both sides. Hi, Son of Seal. But I'd be surprised. I know there can be people out there, you know, trying to put false flags up, but I always used to like Brian. He came to our school, I said, when I was a teenager and when they first came out. But a lot of what he's saying is adding up to other stuff. So, to the drug side of stuff and alcohol and that, and how they use people with that and get people hooked on drugs for certain things. And he did mention that thing about, he kept going about the child's knee. It was a child, it wasn't a woman, you know what I mean? Because we all know all roads lead to paedophilia. So I would highly suggest going over, if you haven't seen that video, to hashtag Free Tommy Robinson News, and first listening to the Brian Harvey on, I think it was on Revelation Radio, it's called, with Christine Hart, must watch. And then, because it's on the same channel, hashtag Free Tommy Robinson News, is the new John Wedger at Whistleblower Conferences has a message for Brian Harvey. That's why I'm just getting, I don't think he actually said anything on it, but, you know, Brian could have truth but be confused about other stuff, if you know what I mean. If he's got a lot of evidence about stuff, but he might not just know some other stuff. So I don't know what it is, and that's why it needs to get out. Speaking of Tommy, any news? I've not had a look around yet. I don't know if there's anyone in here that's seen anything. I just saw something the other day that said his appeal got moved to the 28th, but I think now it's the 18th. And yeah, and I think they said something about new Supreme Court judges or new Supreme Court, so there'll be other judges looking at it, which is brilliant, because the guy who put him there, we do not want him doing anything, smirking in the window. And that's why I said it all connects. Well, I'm hoping a little bit might have happened what's happened in America with the Supreme Courts in America, where they have chosen a new judge, because we know that the judges over there were corrupt. So when the baddies, if you like to say, go in for something, they get away with it. Like, we know what's been happening over here. So I'm hoping that's what it is. But I guess we'll see when that happens next week. Fingers crossed that's what it is. Otherwise, maybe before it gets up to new week to the Supreme Court, what's happened in America, they'll be resigning and we'll be getting new ones in. Has anyone actually resigned from the Supreme Court? Did we hear anything? Did anyone resign? The new judge is the old judge boss, so unlikely. I didn't see that. The new judge is the old judge boss, so it is unlikely to show him up. Well, I guess we'll just see, because you know what? That's coming up next week. And we've seen what happened this week before Trump came over with Boris and all the others that were, you know, resigning. So, you know, Gavin, we know there's, you know, get the popcorn out and all that. I guess we'll just have to see. But it's just this thing with the Wedger and the Brian Harvey thing. So, you know, I see Brian a bit like Tommy. I could be totally wrong, but I just think maybe there's been a few wires crossed, so we'll just see. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter, but both sides are bringing light to the fact that it connects, and it's showing us all that we are bringing it to light. So I guess we'll see. So yeah, I've not had a chance to look on YouTube and have a look round, and obviously I just saw a few things on the Trump protesters, you know, the anti-Trump protesters. My God. Ugh. I've not had my breakfast yet because I'm still waiting, you know, I'm doing my intermediate, whatever you call it. And And for those of you who might think, well, we can't tell because you always sit close to... I used to get this on dating sites. You try and take a picture... If you're on a dating site, take a picture of yourself. And I used to get men saying, well, I don't know what you really look like. You know, you can get these women, you know... You might be in a car and you can see your head, and then you get out and you know, you might be really big or something. And I was like, can't always that, like, it's really hard to take a picture of yourself if it's you trying to do it yourself, like your body shape, do you know what I mean? So I will stand up and show you. It's a bit embarrassing, but I've got a floaty top on so it's sticking out everywhere, but let's see. Just so people, I'm saying I wasn't, you know, a skinny binny before, but got my shorts on because I'm too hot, but, you know, this sticks out so it makes me look a bit bigger than I am, but basically, I'm doing quite well, you know. Just for those of you who might think, she might be sat there, you know, she could be, you know, I'm doing quite well. I feel better as well. I don't know if that's because you're not stuffing yourself with food all the time, but I'm trying. But someone did say yesterday, I won't say who, said like, oh, we don't know because we can't see you, you know, because I'm always sat up to the screen, because that's the way I like to talk. I like to feel like you're friends and we're having a brew and we're having a chat. So, oh, sorry, I've just lost a load of... I've just pulled you up, I couldn't see your chat. I've done research, Brian, I believe him. Yeah, I believe him. Hi, MJ. Do you want a coffee? A coffee fee? I don't know what's going on. Does anyone know who's off Soapbox? What's going on? I couldn't watch all of the conference thing because that guy's like a rat and I just really wanted to punch his face in. And just the way they sit there and argue against a judge, it's just... Oh, we all know, but I was just like... I watched bits of it. And I was just like, but they are getting a bit more, you know. But I thought, I don't know if there's been any queue drops because I've not checked. I've not even read The Last Neon Revolt, which I need to go and watch. But I couldn't see you. I couldn't see your texts then. This is not a dating channel. I know it's not, but I was just saying, you know. Well, I don't know. No, I just mean when I used to go on the dating sites. Oh, my God. It could be a dating channel, you know. Don't get out much. Hi, MJ. Stay pure. Stay pure what? What do you mean stay pure? Jokes all good. Oh, yeah, I know you're joking. I know you're joking. You should have live dating sites. Never mind these swipe left and swipe right. You got to admit, if anyone's been on a dating site, they are pretty funny, and I don't go on them anymore because I absolutely hate them. You just, oh my God. But you can laugh about the stories you could talk about because they're absolutely ridiculous. Just to say that I've seen some people on the dating sites and you sit there and you go, I've seen a guy with a balaclava on his head with a gun. And I'm like, yeah, there's the sort of guy I'd really want to date. Let's go robbing some banks together because hey ho. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen a lot of men, honest to God, if you're a man on here and you want to go on a dating site, please do not do this. Do not sit there with a grumpy face like this because no woman is going to think, whoa, he's nice, sticking the finger up at me and having a grumpy face. Or you get men, you know, let's take a picture of me sat in a pub with me beer, you know, making out like you're an alcoholic. People frowning, people like taking really bad pictures from that. Oh, God, it's hilarious. Some of the pictures. And worst are the ones who the profile picture is, yeah, and keep your bloody clothes on, men. Yeah, that's another one. You get them and you're just like flicking through them and you go, ooh, not that I'm a prude, but you're just like, for God's sake. And then you've got the men, get this, that put the wedding pictures on. And they say they're single and you're like, what? Yes, and that one as well. You get talking to someone, you're all right. And the next minute they're sending you pictures and it's like, all right then. Ew, I know. See, they're the ones I just think. There's a lot. I think why I hate it on there. Yeah, why I hate it on there is I think there's a lot of men on there and women. It's not just men that it's easy to cheat on there, and they're in relationships, and some of them just want their ego boosting, some of them just want to send pictures to get pictures back and all that. You know, if people are doing that to each other, fine, but I just hate it on there. My sister actually met her partner on there, and they're really good together. They had a kid, so it worked for her, but I think there's only a couple of people on there that I think are frigging normal, because the people I was talking to, I got scammed on there as well. I can laugh about it because some of it was funny when you just think, what the hell? There was a guy on there who wrote his profile and he said, no, I think it was on Plenty of Fish, and he said, I've said this before, he went, my name's blah, blah, blah. He said, I've just lost my job, I'm depressed. My ex-wife thinks this and that because he must have just got divorced. He just really, really played himself right down and said, I'm not really, you know, a fun guy to be around, this, that and the other. But I have to text him and say, look, you need to get off here and concentrate on yourself, you know, and then come back after. You're supposed to big yourself up a little bit on there, not like dig yourself into a grave. So I don't think he got any dates. Then there was a guy I got talking to who seemed all right, but then when I felt like a Samaritan on there. I was just helping everybody out. I went on there, got talking. The next minute, in the next couple of sentences, I said, has your weekend been going okay? You know, small talk. And he was like, no, it's effing this and effing that, like every other effing weekend. And I was like, okay. I thought, oh God, we've got one here. Then he told me he was depressed. Then he told me this, that and the other. Then he told me it was no good that I've got 2 kids, even though he's got kids, but they're a little bit older. And I thought, oh my God, so I just had to, he said it wouldn't work because he's depressed. I thought, what are you on here for? And you're going to tell women that as well, oh my God, I was just like, just get off and make yourself better before you come on a dating site. Because I think they think they're going to meet someone who's going to help them feel better, but then they're just, do you know what I mean? I was just like, getting sick of this. And literally, I think I swiped right for okay, you know, and then only if they swipe you, you can match up, and then swipe left if you don't like. I was just swiping and swiping left. I swear to God, I must have gone, because I'm up north, I must have gone down south. I put my radar out, down south, back up, and there was nobody. I think it even went over to America. I was like, what the hell are these people? Trump and May, what was that? I hate this. It goes off so quickly. Don't know if anyone knows how you keep your chat on. What's that there? Just let me see what that is. Trump and May wrecked Brexit and ruined any deal with the UK headlines here. Well, yes. Well, that's what the headlines will say. They haven't wrecked it. Trade deal. We need a trade deal with the US. Yeah, we're just you know, the good thing about Trump is, I don't care what anyone says, if they like him or not, is he's shaking everything up. Everything needed shaking up globally. People needed shaking to wake them up, you know, like, what's going on? It's a bit like Tommy Robinson. That needed to happen over here to shake people up. There's a lot of things happening in different countries that are shaking the countries up to wake them up, because we've just been docile. Yeah, he calls a spade a spade. That's one thing I like about it. Why are people getting so offended? He might use different words maybe people don't agree with. Hi, Wendy. But he's basically calls a spade a spade. And everybody is getting offended because we live in a really offensive planet at the minute. Everyone gets offended by everything. Everybody gets offended by bloody everything. I like President Trump. Thank God for him. I do. I think he's been sent from God. I honestly do. Like I said, I'm not religious, but we've been walking around like... We have, Amanda. We've been walking around like the living dead because, like I said in post before, you're walking around with your shiny phone. You know, you're walking around with your shiny phone. You've got your head looking here and your head looking there. Your head stuck in Facebook. Everybody's... No, I haven't seen the Sadiq Khan balloon yet. We've been walking around, and the thing is, I watched something the other day and someone was saying about, you know, the New World Order. A lot of people are just going along with it because they're like, oh, well, we can't stop it. We'll just have to go in with it. No. We need to stand up and fight, people. Get your head out your phone. Get on your platform. Stand up and fight. Try to say things to your friends. You don't have to be aggressive. I've been a bit like, got in a few arguments, well, with my mum and sister and that, and then realised, you know, they will come round, but All the things that are happening around the world are to shake the world up. It's all connected. You can see it all going off everywhere. That's why I keep saying, people, please research. You see things happening in Germany, France, Spain, everywhere, America. It's all connected. Trump's been shaking it all up. Shaking it all up. It's like a big milkshake and he's like stirring it up. Shake it, baby. Shaking it up. It's not about us, it's about, exactly. That's the main thing, Amanda, is like, Brit Girl was saying the other day, because people are calling her racist, this, that, the other. She wasn't saying anything racist on Titans TV. She was saying, I care for my kids. People in other countries care for the kids. All these wars have been man-made. We know all this. Man-made to go into other countries to nick the resources, the rich resources. We know all that. We know, about the royal family, this, that, and the other, and who's behind it all. But it's like my mum said, she went, oh, well, I don't know why you bothered, because it always happens this, we can't do anything about it. She's got that mentality. And I'm like, mother, you might not care because I've got a lot more years on you on the planet, you know what I mean? I'm not being nasty, but I just said that to her. And I said, at the end of the day, you should care about me. I'm your chap. I care about my kids and my kids' kids and their kids' kids. That's what it's about. It's about the kids. I care about, not necessarily about me, I just care about my kids. Hi, Jesus Christ is here. And yeah, it's our kids' future. And even if you haven't got kids, like Eddie is okay with saying at that brilliant speech he did a few months ago, whenever it was now, he hasn't got children, but he sees his children, he sees the world's children even as his children, because you don't have to have children to care about what's going on with kids and all these different things. Damn girl, good morning. It's 5:30. Oh, it's gone off again. Someone will have to speak, because my chat just disappears really quickly. My dad keeps saying, what you do? I'm trying to press buttons to see if... No. 5:30 a.m. in Michigan. What time is it there? I think it's 10:30. 10:30 in the morning. You lot in America who love Trump. We love Trump. People are just offended by everything he says. Turn your device, Dolly. Chat stay on the screen. What, turn it that way? Are you sure? Will it not go upside down? Will it not... this way? I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. It says something about a lock. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to have a mess with it. But, yeah, if people would stop being such mad asses and being offended by everything and actually looked what Trump was trying to say, he's really funny. We do love Trump here in America. Yes, you patriots do, not you snowflakes over there. I'm using a Samsung tablet thing. I'm not very technical, don't really know what I'm doing. Maybe if they saw a picture... Well, that's what I mean. They're all screaming today, We don't like Trump in the UK and London. Oh, he's putting kids in. It's always the kids in the cages. He's ripping kids away from parents because obviously they've watched mainstream media. No! Obama was doing that. Look at the pictures. They're dated from when he was in office. And then they see Trump at that facility where the kids are. Because, yeah, he's got to have kids at the facility if they've come over. Rotation needs to be unlocked. How do you know, Dad? Thought you weren't technical. Right, I'm going to try it. When you live stream, finish, turn off your... I've got a little turn off auto lock. So you're... Just let me see. If I come off, I'll come back on again. Right, it's got a lock device on it. Oh, can I not do it while I'm on live stream? I'm not very good. Simon asked me, a lot of people have asked me to get on Discord, and I actually realised I was on it. But I still don't know. I think I've messaged Simon, and I think I messaged Gran Torino ages ago, but I think I've done it wrong. I don't actually know what I'm doing on there. I'm not actually that very clever with technology stuff. I'm a bit dyslexic when it comes to technology, like I don't really know what I'm doing. So I am on Discord, but I haven't got a clue how you post pictures on there. I haven't got a clue. I sort of worked out how to message, but I still don't think I've done it right. Join Google Hangouts. Then other... Yeah, I'll have to have a look because people are asking me and I'm getting a bit like, what I'm doing. Because Simon did say something about joining a chat one time with some other women, maybe Brit Girl, that I don't know. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I used to have a laptop, but my laptop's knackered and I didn't have it that long and it's knackered. So all I've got is this little tablet, which actually my dad was saying the quality on this camera is better than my laptop. So I'm assuming I can still go live on here with other people's live chats. Like when Simon and that do chats with other people and they have the pictures at the bottom. I'm assuming I can do that on here because I would do it. It doesn't bother me, but I'm not as bright as some of the other ones, though. You should be able to do... Yeah, I think so. But, Dad, have you seen anything on the news? I've not really had a good look round today. Just laughing at all the see how they always use kids, like I just said before, a little girl asking the mother, why, if Trump comes over, will I get taken away from you, mummy? Oh, for God's sake. Go and research and stop putting the fear in your children, you silly bloody woman. Wish I could come on here on my normal channel because I don't get all the notifications. Someone said they haven't been getting notifications, but we know that YouTube's messing about and trying to mess people's channels up and not put notifications out and this, that and the other, because I've pressed some notifications on other people's channels and they're not coming up. Oh, by the way, Amanda, I've got a sunflower coming up. Yesterday I got very excited about it. It's got a little head on it. My sweet corn's coming out and I think my tomatoes are coming out. I was just testing a little bit this year, but my sunflowers, it just amazes me how, one day there looks like there's nothing there and the next day you've got flowers coming up. I'm like, ooh. I'm very happy with the little things in life. Little sunflowers. And it's raining today, thank God, because my grass is getting burnt and my flowers and stuff in the garden that I've managed to actually grow have actually, need some water, so that's good. Yay, so are you going to do more? Yeah, I'm going to try and do more next year because I was just trying to plant a few bits and just see how well it did and if me sweet corn turns into anything. I didn't do a lot of sweet corn, but I think I did about 8. It's not a lot, but I was just testing. Protesters, you can't fix stupid. No, you can't. And my potatoes that I threw down under the conservatory, which were just potatoes with the little eyes in, they've grown up. And I just kept putting dead grass and things down and they've grown up and they've flowered. So I think if they flowered, that means they must be growing spuds. I think they're only going to be small. I don't know when I'm supposed to pull them out of the ground. I might test them. They might just be like new potatoes, but that's fine. I'll see how they are, see if the slugs haven't got to them. Yeah, and I'm going to try a lot more next year, a lot more flowers and stuff as well, because I've been picking my flowers and putting them in the kitchen, so that's been nice. Don't have to go out and buy them. Did you see Channel 4 rubbish on Trump? The only bit I saw yesterday, because I was tired and I came on here for about 2.5 hours like a lunatic, trying to talk stuff and probably didn't make sense and waffled on for, talking high like off a donkey like I normally do, was when he got off the plane and he came... Oh no, I saw the Theresa May bit in the red dress. What was that thing on her arm? What was it? A nicotine patch? What was the thing on her arm? She looked like she'd been unplugged out of the Matrix. Posted your chat on Facebook group. Oh, thank you. What was this thing on her arm? She was walking and she's got this white thing on her arm. It looks like she'd been unplugged from the Matrix or something. She got a sort of device on her that tracks her. What was that thing on her arm? Will someone please tell me? I don't understand what it is. It's like a round thing. It looks like a plug socket. I saw that bit with the trumpeters. I don't even know what they're called. The Queen's Guards, whatever. And when he held her hand a little bit and took her up the red carpet. And she was all in red, wasn't she? Sacrifice. Oh, yeah. And Flotus. Flotus looked gorgeous in a yellow, Melania in a yellow gown. She looked beautiful. She looked like a proper princess. And I saw the Trump protesters, obviously, the stupid balloon that they were blowing up. And then they tried to do a little bit on Trump, saying, oh, some people do like him. Went to Scotland and did the whole thing about the golf course thing, where 3 old women, were probably paid, by the way, were sat there going, we've been scraping with our spade a big message in the sand for Trump when he flies over that spelt out resist. All right, because that's really going to do something. And then proceeded to say that the people in that village, because it's something to do with building a golf course there, this, that and the other, and, it's all, about, Greenpeace stuff and all that, which we all know is a load of twaddle. Yes, we do poison stuff, but what do they call it? The thing that's fake, that they go on about global warming, all that's a load of baloney. they sat there saying that, oh yes, he was really awful because he's really bullied them people in them houses that live in it. No, he hasn't bullied anybody. But we know they just put that out there, it gets you frustrated, but we know, you know, people have been paid or people don't understand or that's what they think because someone else has told them that they're watching too much mainstream media. But it was just pathetic, and that's why I don't understand why people can't wake up and think, why are they always against, and then they put a tiny snippet on of some men in his golf club course talking. But it got on my nerves because they were there drinking all posh drinks and all that, as if to say it's only the posher people that, I don't know, there was a thing behind that. I thought there was anyway. I was like, don't you dare speak of the UK. Exactly, that's what's getting my goat, is how dare you speak of the UK, but they know they want to say that. We're not all of the UK does not think like that. Stop sticking it out on mainstream media trying to make sheeple that are watching telly think that, but that is their agenda, that's what they do, we all know that, but it's so frustrating. I feel like I wish I could be at one of the protests pretending to be against Trump. That's what we need people to go and pretend they're protesting against him, and then when the camera comes on you go, we love Trump, get the truth out, and then that's what they need to do. Get some, in there, people pretending that they don't like Trump. Oh yeah, Peter, I can never say that name. Is that the guy who was on last night, the rat? Someone say something, it'll come back up. Yeah, at Congress in America. They know they're going down. That's why they're fighting so hard, making out they didn't know this rule, making out they didn't know that law. Yes, you did, because you're in the FBI, so you did know. You did know what you were doing. We have all the information. Peter Strzok, can't say the name, lost in Congress. If you didn't see it, it was great. Total FBI circus. Whoop, whoop. I watched a bit of it, but I had to go to bed because obviously it was a different time difference. And, get your popcorn out, guys. Get your popcorn out in England because you know there's a lot of stuff going on over here. What was said then? The Gov does not speak for the people. No, the government definitely does not speak for the people, Dad. Trump knows about the balloon and said he won't go to London because he's not welcome. The Gov, well, he as much as he knows that, he knows he is welcome. It's not the majority. It's like the first I'm sorry about this. Some people's going to think this is a bit bang out of order, but the first person I noticed on one of the YouTube videos I was watching about being against Trump was the first woman to speak up, had a thing round her head and was a Muslim and was talking about rejecting Trump. Well, you would be saying that because I'm not saying she, you know, it's just because of that. Maybe it's because she follows Khan. But that just made me laugh. That was the first person that said it. Who's the woman, the MP, who's a Muslim? I saw a video about that the other day and I was going to watch it and I didn't. Shaz something, blah, 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 and the stuff she says and all that, and saying she's an extremist. Oh my God, you watched the things she said. She turned around and said in those, like, Europe places they go to, offices, things, I can't remember, where, what's the lady who spoke out against her about the 3 boys and that with the blonde hair? Janice, was it? Trying to cover it up, telling people that they shouldn't be putting things out on Facebook about what's happening to the girls. Covering it up, are we? Covering it up, are we? Which side do you stand on, love? We all know which side you stand on. You're not for Britain because you're not actually from Britain. And if you have lived here a long time, it's because you're standing up from somewhere else that you're from. That's all I can see, because they're not standing up from Britain. Hence, that's why we've got quite a lot of people in MP, you know, in councils around the UK that aren't necessarily British or don't act like they're for Britain, because we all know the agenda behind that. Just saying. It's true though, because the one in Sheffield doesn't welcome Trump either. Wonder why? I think he's a friend of Khan's. Just saying. I can't say the name. It's playing the game according to Q. And then I didn't see the end of it. Oof, I need a bacon sandwich. I've not had my breakfast yet. What was that? And that's not me being funny. I like to have a bacon sandwich. According to Q, he is a cooperating witness. Trust the plan. Oh, okay. I know, because there's that thing again. I'm going to ask I can't see. Exactly, because did you see the beginning of this, Dad, about the Brian Harvey interview I was talking about the other day, and now they put that up with, who did I say she was called, Christine Hart, and now they've also put up the John Wedger thing. They're going to be talking out about it, a message for Brian Harvey. It's getting a bit, you know, and this is what I mean with the things that Q say. You think there's people there that are bad, but you don't know if they wear a black hat, they turn to white hat, or they wear a white hat pretending to be a black hat. That's what I mean. We need some black hats in the anti-Trump division, and then when the camera pans on, they can be a white hat and start shouting out, "We love Trump," and we don't speak. You know, it's not all the UK that speak like this. Majority of the UK, maybe are these people that voted for somebody in London. Just saying. You know, there's a lot of them. Just saying. And I don't believe all of them are bad. I just think it's because people don't know the truth. So I'm not getting at people for that because, you know, just saying, it's not all, you know, the people that people are harping on about at the minute. It's because people don't know the truth. First, they infiltrate the police. That's what I mean. There's all these places that you think, oh, you know, these people are for us. They're protecting us. I'm not saying everybody because it's not everybody, but you find out some at the top they're not. They're doing things to cover stuff up. You know, doing stuff for themselves and that, greedy. There's a big difference between being a Britain and English England. Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, going to side with their side, aren't they, at the end of the day? And the people who are a bit confused don't know the truth, so it's hard. That's why it's Britain. Britain first is the person of the... Yeah, Britain and English. English England is the land of the Britain is the person... Oh, I'll try and get it out fast enough. Someone say something, I'll try and read it quickly. Try and tap it a bit longer. There's a big difference between being a Briton and English. England is the land of a Brit, is the person of the land under common law. You are not a Briton until 7th generation. Yep. What do you mean? Wow, what was he saying? Because I think my dad's trying to say, if I'm correct, because I'm a bit, you know, goes over my head sometimes. Sometimes you think someone's a black hat and they're a white hat and they're playing the thing of a black hat and a white hat, or they're just trying to get him to say stuff to bring it... You know what I mean? I get confused with what I'm saying. I'm not very good at getting things across. Has anyone from the UK been over to, if you can get your head around it, to Soapbox, the Soapbox channel? Had a bit of a look. Sometimes it's hard when it's... I don't mean it's not good when everybody's on, but we do have Torino on, Gran Torino on when he's on, and Daddy Dragon from London, so you do get that side of it. You know, sort of thing. But I'm sure there'll be more stuff on Trump today and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just... And that see, that's another thing that makes me laugh. I noticed in London, what they have on the buses in London. Allah loves you and all that sort of stuff, or whatever it is in London. Yeah. Bet they wouldn't put anything about God on there, would they? Oh, sorry, I've just missed all your chat again. Q, Trump are playing 4D chess, definitely. Yes, cool, that was... All right, you've seen it. So Daddy Dragon and Gran Torino the other night. Gran Torino is great, and Daddy Dragon's really good because he knows a lot about the Constitution, because he keeps saying the solution is the Constitution, or like common law, the Constitution is our solution. That's what they're trying to take away. That's what I keep saying about America and the Second Amendment with the guns. That's why they have school shootings and stuff. Not saying it's good because people have got killed, but... That's why they do it, because they're trying to take the guns away from Americans so they know they can't defend themselves, which we can't because we haven't got them. But that's the last place, you know, where they have guns and they know they can't go against millions of people because they know the gun holders. That's the story behind that. And Gran Torino's really good. That's what I was trying to say to Simon yesterday, that I think if Simon did go to... Daddy Dragon is correct. If Simon did go to Ireland and was doing some stuff over there, Gran Torino said he's going to start filming out as well. And I just think it'd be good because I think they'd find different things out, because I don't actually know. I know Simon's awake to stuff, but I don't actually know if he knows about... I don't know even if he believes in the Q stuff or he's looked into it, or I don't really know. I will be having a chat with him though. I'm sure I will. That's right, we're keeping our guns here in America. Yep, you need to chuck some this way. Oh, see you back. Who was that anyway? Oh yeah, all action sports channel. See you again. And that's the thing behind it. Like, people say it's not a joke. You know, people are saying it's a game. Well, it is a game to them, but they're not bothered about when people get killed. So I say it's not like ha ha, it's a game. It is a game they play. A big game of chess. That's why people keep saying the conspiracy, a big game of chess. Well, it is like a big game of chess because guess what? A lot of them are Masons. There's a checkerboard floor in there again. Checkerboard floor, checkers, duality, good versus evil, black and white, you know what I mean? You know, dark to light sort of thing, which we all said it's dark coming to light, the truth's coming out, they can't stop it, but people get killed. They even, like, what do you call it, like, bet on stuff. They have that much money, they're not bothered. We're just sheep to them. They are not bothered. It is a game, but people get hurt, people get killed. It is basically like the film Hunger Games. You've got the elites up there where the people fighting against each other. In that film, they put friends against each other and you've got to fight to the death because you know someone's going to... No, that's a bit out of thing, but it is like the films they put out there. All the films they put out there, especially on Netflix and all that, all the films, blockbusting films, you think, God, they're a bit weird. They twist it round, but literally, that is what's going on. They twist the law under the... Does it say state statute law or something? There's that universal law I keep saying where they have to put truth out. So how they do it, they put it out in front of you, but they put it out in messages, subliminal messages, and they put it out in films. So you believe it's just fairy tale stuff because, oh, it was only in a film. The film can't be true. Well, guess what, guys? It is. I tell you what, I haven't been to the pictures for ages. There's loads of stuff I want to see, like Black Panther and all that sort of stuff. I do love it. But now I've woke up to stuff. It's like, I don't want to pay Hollywood and all that money to go and see their films of what they're pumping out, even though there's a lot of stuff I like. And I've held off Netflix for a bit. Ooh, you know, because we all know why. But at the end of the day, if they bring a film out called Q, the Plan to Save the World, but the big one with everything in it, with what's been going on, I will be paying to go and see that. That is one thing I will pay to go and see, you know, like the Trump film or the Q film or whatever it is, because that is, like it says on that mini little documentary, it's going to be the biggest story in history ever to go down because we get the chance to rewrite it now. So anyway, I'm going to go because I need to go and get my breakfast, my late breakfast, and I'm going babysitting my little nephew in a bit anyway. And I'll, you know me, I'll probably be on, because someone said, oh, you need to live stream once a week. I went live stream. I think I live stream every day because I just like chatting to people. You know, we'll get a few trolls in, but so what? But it's just important to keep chatting at the minute about stuff. And I know I go off on one and I'm a bit random, but that's just the way I am. That's what, it's hard with live stream because you end up going off talking about other stuff. Oliver Cromwell. Oh yeah, who is he now? Why does that ring a bell? Who's Oliver Cromwell? But no automatic due to Michael Ryan Hungerford. What's that? See, some stuff goes on my head. Oliver Cromwell, who is he now? Why does that ring a bell? Oh, sorry, I've not seen chat again. Okay, have a good day. Everything will be exposed before the 11th of November. Yes, it will. When's the in America? When's your military march? When's your military march? You have a military march. He killed the King of England. Oh, yeah. Well, There's all that royal stuff going on. When's the military march? Is that the 11th of November? Is that what you're saying? Is it? When is it? I think that's going to be big. And what's the 11th of November again? I forget stuff. Oh, it is the 11th of November. Yeah, if it's the military march, like your parade that you have in America, it will be exposed before that, and then you know what's going to come out in your military march. What do you think I think is going to come out in the military march before I go? I'm not talking right outside the box. I'm just saying I think there's going to be... Do you have, like in America, do you have on the military march, the parade, do you have planes flying across, like jets and stuff, you know, like in the sky, you know, like we have the red arrows and stuff? Do you have stuff like that? Because what I think is going to happen is you're going to see new military technology. Space Force. Space Force. Don't know, I'm just saying. I think outside the box. Does anyone think? Oh, Amanda, did you see, if you're still there, did you see Simon Sideways doing his, what was the guy called who was taking the mick out of shady with his top up and his talc on his face. Oh my God, so funny. I need to do a tinfoil hat news soon. I've still got the hat down there. Yeah, hey, MJ, you still there? Do you have... Because nothing's coming up. I'm assuming you have jets and things flying past. That's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be, you know, because if they... It's like Brian Harvey said, though, going back to that Brian Harvey thing, he said in his interview, everything needs to be... there needs to be transparency in everything. And Q said that as well. There does need to be transparency. We don't have military parades here. But are you having a military parade? What happens on the 11th of November then? Don't you have a military thing, though? Like, march or something? I thought you had something. Or if you're not, you're going to. I thought you had something. Don't you have something over there? Military-wise. Who's bleeping me? Trump wants to have a military parade. Right, well, maybe he didn't have a military parade before because they don't like that, do they? Because the military is supposed to be for the people. So if Trump's organising a military parade this year, I'm taking it that's what's happening. That's what I think is going to happen. I think you're going to have... Is it disclosure, whatever you call it? Transparency with new technology. The equivalent of Remembrance Day. Yeah, that's why I think you're going to have a Remembrance Day. A really good one. We have... Well, but that's what I think is going to happen. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, I might be on later on. We'll see if I'm too tired or whatever and stuff. But I'm going to go and get my breakfast now. And I'll see you guys later. Hopefully I'll watch some stuff and we'll all keep an eye out for the Trumps and, you know, just the news basically and see what we can all come up with. LGBT, oh my... Oh, right, I was wondering what you were talking about then, yeah. And I'll keep my eye out and I'll come reporting later. See you later, guys. Bye.